With just 40 left in the EPT Barcelona main event, the final table is coming into sight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously feeling really good coming in chip leading, 40 left, you know, like that's a sick feeling to have.
The players must control their emotions and focus on the end game.
Definitely very exciting at this point. You're never happy unless you win.
They've got to be prepared to bluff.
If you are not ready to put the trigger in, then it's going to be not good for you.
They need to call bluffs.
I've just gone a little spicier, and now I'm like, hey, third pair, let's go. Let's see what happens.
And they have to make the right move at the right time.
Mistakes are the worst thing in the game for me, I think. Making big mistakes, that's painful.
To stay alive, it's going to take all the tricks of the trade.
It is all over. Stevic takes the win here in Barcelona.
Jason Mercier, he went with his instinct, he made the call. Livery is the champion of EPT San Remo.
Nicky Coren has done it! 2 main event titles!
Sebastian Mallets has gone from poker fanboy to poker champion.
I have no words, James. No words.
Giuliano Bendinelli bounces back. It is Simon Vinciac who takes the trophy. Goat man, the goat man.
This part, this right here, never gets old.
Welcome once again to Barcelona, where we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of the PokerStars European Poker Tour. It's day 5 of the 5K main event, and we are deep into this tournament. 40 remain from the 1,975 who started, and everyone's now locked up at least 23,350 euros. On day 4, with blinds rising and pressure mounting, some fairy tale stories had to come to an end.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. I enjoyed myself.
The one cliffhanger continues. Simon Vinciac survived and still has a chance of defending his EPT Barcelona title. It was a crazy chapter in the chronicles of Rania. She went from 2 million to 200K and then back to 2 million.
And the double up.
And Steven's song is still being written thanks to a Miracle River card.
Wow.
He ended the day as chip leader.
Oh man, that's sick.
Hello everyone, I'm James Hartigan alongside Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies.
And with 40 players remaining, we need to raise the prospect. I don't want to jinx it, but we have to discuss the possibility of Simon Vinciac going back to back in Barcelona.
No player has ever won the same EPT twice, let alone in consecutive years. Now, the reigning champ does not have the biggest stack, but is still a strong contender.
There's also the chance we see a player make final tables in back-to-back events.
Rania Nasruddin, she just finished 3rd at EPT Monte Carlo, and she is ready for more.
Yes, Rania has a chance to make a little EPT history.
Back-to-back final tables, and that is like the ultimate dream. It's so hard to make a final table of any tournament, let alone of an EPT main.
And a man who knows all about that is reigning champ Simon Vinciac. He's not letting hopes of a double Barcelona win get to him.
I perform well under pressure, so we can keep going with cameras, with people, with screaming. I know that when I am in my zone, I will take the right decision, and I will be proud about it.
Both of these players have taken seats at EPT final tables. Can they do it again? Well, there is another player with final table experience, Fabiano Kowalski, looking to improve on his 4th place finish in Barcelona in 2022.
Either later owes the camera operator money.
And another former EPT finalist, Govert Metal.
Says he plans to use the prize money to thwart Indiana Jones.
PSPC 2023 champ Alexander Shilko looking for another 7-figure score. Top prize here in Barcelona, 1.5 million euros.
Another 7-figure score. Could not be me.
Swedish player Jack Kyriakis has proved to be pretty fearless so far.
10-3 offsuit.
And I like a man who understands the importance of keeping things organized. Thank you, Stephen Song.
I did not do a single song pun last time. I'm sorry for anyone who bet the over.
The chip leader starts day 5 with just over 4.1 million. That's 165 big blinds. Harry Lodge sits in 3rd on the leaderboard. Fellow UK pro Tim Chung is 8th. And Rania Nasruddin rounds out the top 10. She's playing around 2 million. Well, headlining our secondary feature table is Simon Witziak. He's got a middling stack, but he will know exactly how to play it.
As a person with middling talent, I find that offensive.
Also at the table is Andrew Hume, a British pro and multiple champion in the quiz show Countdown. The table chip leader is Yuri Zabradotsky. He's playing 2.6 mil. Our main feature table is headlined by Rania Nasruddin. She's joined by Harry Lodge and Jack Sinclair, plus Lin Jianwei, who Rani has already had a fair few encounters with. Govert Mittal also on the main stage, just a few months after his final table appearance in Prague. And hashtag fun fact, Alexandre Fournier, who's at the table, he qualified online for 27 euros.
Another fun fact, there are 27 euros left in this tournament.
Welcome.
Good morning.
So I'm between 2 Brits. Wow.
You are. It's your lucky day.
US Oreo. You have a lot of chips, Prince Harry.
Make sure that when you receive the cards, you put the cards.
For now, Sinclair's button, big blind. Oh, give me my favorite type of aggression. Brit on Brit. Brit on Brit violence.
And also,
Americans do love their violence.
We are ready to get day 5 underway. Blinds at 10,000, 25,000 with a 25k big blind ante. Lin Jianwei first to speak.
Give it a John Way now.
He folds.
That almost worked.
Jose Barbosa. He's out. Govert Mittal folds. Alexandre Fournier has ace-jack in the hijack.
Certainly good enough for a poke.
And the qualifier raises to 50,000. Piero Aliotto has 9s in the cutoff.
Ah, yes, 9s. The queens of number cards.
He's re-raised to 150,000. Jack Sinclair, 8s on the button.
Jack said he didn't want to make any mistakes. So far, so good.
Rania Nasruddin in the small blind has jacks.
Run good, Rania. We meet again.
500.
That is a re-raise to 500,000.
That puts Eliotto all in.
Fournier, the original raiser, folds. Aliotto calls all in.
you call?
I pushed one at him.
Domination situation.
Ooh, the I have chips and all the equity, but I can't bear to look routine might not go over super well in Europe.
The flop, ace, queen, king.
Wow, that's all the overs. Somehow she's got to worry about counterfeits now.
Turn card is a 6. No prospect of a chop. Only a 9 saves Aliotto. River card is a 4. Piero Aliotto eliminated in 37th place.
Rania's won all ins with kings and 9s and jacks. She is going for the cycle.
Aliotto will cash for nearly 27k.
Did you say Aliotto?
I didn't, but it works.
Yes.
Rania up to 2.5 million. So once we're down to 10 players, everyone will be guaranteed 6 figures, with 7 figures up top. First place paying more than 1.5 million euros. Second's the better part of $1 million.
Still really good.
At the secondary feature table, Andrew Hume has raised with queens. Action on Simon Witziak with ace-king.
How much do you start with?
Around 8.
We're strapping in for the sickest and classicest of races.
Kind of feels like all roads lead to Flipsville.
Witziak is all in.
Wait a second, there's another player in the hand.
He's folding.
Now hold on. Okay, you're right.
But Andrew Hume will double check his hand and will call.
6 calls, all in the call outer.
You too.
Queens are the favorite here, but any flush would go the way of Witziak.
Double quick check, yeah. 8.15 here. How much you have here?
8.40.
And you can hold.
So I'm still in.
Stacks are close, but Witziak is the at-risk player and he needs to hit to survive. The flop. 8, deuce, ace. The two-time is still on. Andrew Hume drawing to 2 outs. Likely to be left with crumbs.
He'll be left with a shiny quarter.
Turn card is a 4. Not looking good for Andrew Hume. Simon Witziak doubles up and survives unless there is a queen on the river. There it is!
Witziak whacked by the river.
That was a favourable river, sir.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Great call.
You were screaming that in.
Oh, I wanted
I
it.
heard it.
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, you can tell he's not used to hitting those.
Big double up for Andrew Hume, but the reigning champ will not be going back-to-back here in Barcelona. Still, another deep run in a very tough tournament and a cash of nearly 27K for his 36th place finish.
Ah, back-to-back Witziak would have sounded so cool.
In 2 decades of the PokerStars European Poker Tour, only a handful of players have tasted victory more than once. Victoria Coren-Mitchell, Nikolai Pabal, and Mike Watson. Plus, Anton Bergstrom, who won 2 special online events 15 years after making the final table here in Barcelona. In this year's main event, Simon Witziak came close to defending his title and joining the 2-time club.
I was feeling that it was not my time with this one, so obviously I'm really disappointed. But, you know, that's poker life.
So his chance of making history is over, but Rani and Nasruddin could still add to EPT folklore by making back-to-back final tables.
I'm just going to try to do my best each hand that I play against some very good opponents. There's no guarantee of a day 6, but I do believe fortune favors the bold.
If fortune favors the bold, lock it up for Rania. She's bolder than the font of my debt collection notices.
Back to the action with the blinds still at 10K, 25K with a 25K big blind ante.
Can I ask a question, dealer? Is this technique less stress on the wrist, or what's the...
It's very loose on the wrist.
So better on the wrist than this?
It's better on the wrist.
They're training all the dealers to do it like that.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the slide deal will now become the standard way of dealing on the tour. Less chance of cards being accidentally exposed.
Exposed.
Action folded to Alexandre Fournier on the button. He passes. So Jack Sinclair is an EPT runner-up, second in London in 2022. Queen 5 of clubs in the small blind, he calls.
And he is not someone I would want to quibble against for my big blind. Let's see how bold things get.
Rania Nasruddin checks her option with Jack 8 in the big blind. The flop is King 4 Ace. Queen high still ahead.
Who's got what? Anybody have anything? Nothing, right?
Sinclair checks. Nasruddin checks.
Fair.
And she pairs her Jack on the turn and is now an 84% favorite.
That is a favorable turn for Rania.
Sinclair checks a second time. Nasruddin bets 30K into 75K.
And this seems like a pretty easy fold at this point for Jack. Okay.
He has a gut shot straight draw. He calls.
I guess Queen High is the nothing as well.
The river is an 8. That's 2 pair for Rania Nasruddin. Jack Sinclair has checked for a third time. That is a bet of 85,000 from Rania.
If Queen High was the best hand on the turn, maybe Jack thinks it's the best hand on the river.
He folds.
I'll show because it's going to be in the stream.
That was ahead of me.
What?
That was the
I
best
felt
hand.
like I was pretty good at it.
What does it feel like?
Rania playing a 100 big blind stack. And we are going to head out into the field. We have a huge cooler involving two huge stacks. Tim Chung all in against Steven Song. It is Kings versus Aces.
A song of fire and icy, cold, cold decks.
6 million chips in the middle. No help for Tim Chung on the turn or on the river.
Well, it's gonna be close.
You got him.
The biggest hand of the tournament so far sees Chung eliminated in 34th place. And it will see Steven Song become massive chip leader. He is now playing 6.3 million.
He already had a ton of chips.
Well, across the room, Alexander Shilko is all in against Jack Kyriakis. What do they have?
Okay, shut down.
It's a domination situation. Shilko at risk and behind.
You're right. I am now.
Kyriakis, huge favorite now. Shilko down to 2 outs. And KO'd.
Last time, you guys.
I will call you King Queen suited.
It's insane how small things decided in poker. Like one card burned and I'm out. Insane.
The 2023 PSPC champion exits in 33rd.
Hey, Jack, don't think I forgot about that 10 tray offsuit. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
So now we are down to 32 players. We're down to the final 4 tables. Steven Song retains the chip lead. And after that huge cooler against Tim Chung, he has close to 210 big blinds at the new blind level. Rania Nasruddin sits in 7th, and Jack Kyriakis is now in 9th place after eliminating Alexander Shilko.
Prince Harry, are you superstitious at all?
No.
Not at all?
No, I don't think so. Are
No.
you?
Yeah, I am.
Is that something you've been doing during this run?
Oh, yeah. I go to the same bathroom that's in the lower level of the casino in the same stall. And one of the massage ladies was in my stall because I was like on the phone. And I literally waited for her to finish. And I told her, I was like, it's going to be weird if I'm waiting for you to finish to go in and use your stall. She handled it pretty well.
Yeah, but you didn't have to post a photo.
So blinds are now 15K, 30K with a 30K big blind ante. And we have a new player at the feature table. Hidden under there is Panagiotis Mavrotsakis.
I'd recognize the bridge of that nose anywhere.
Action starts with Harry Lodge. He folds. And Jean Wei, 7-6 of spades. He raises to 60,000.
Hell yeah. This dude does not care.
Govert Metal has King Queen off.
I like to think of him as Govert Metal because this dude rocks hard. Hail Satan.
He calls. Fournier with King Jack. Passes. Mavrotsakis is out. Jack Sinclair folds the small blind. Ace-5 for Rania Nasruddin in the big blind.
Since she's closing the action, calling is fine, but a bold move might be.
Call.
Okay.
We are going to go 3-way to the flop. Which is Jack 10-4. So Metal with an open-ended straight draw and the most equity. Nasruddin ahead right now with ace high. And checked to Metal.
As you said, he's going to have a lot of equity. Rarely going to be the best hand, I think.
Checks behind. Turn card for free, which is the 3 of diamonds. So Rania picks up a wheel draw, and she is now the statistical favorite. She's checked.
And John Way, you dirty dog.
A delayed C-bet with his gut shot, 75,000. Natal folds his draw. Nasruddin.
She's bold and she is sticky.
Yeah, calls the 75k, heads up to the river. And the board bricks out for Zhang Wei. Ace high is the best hand.
So the flush draw missed. Some straight draws missed, like the one Zhang Wei's got. But other straight draws did not.
Well, she's checked a third time. And having semi-bluffed the turn, Lin Zhongwei is going to pure bluff the river, and he's gone big, 250,000.
I know this sounds crazy, but Rania may be able to sniff this out. The 8 is going to hit a lot of the straight draws, and Zhang Wei would probably check it back. He's going to have some pretty specific bluffs here. King, Queen. Six, 7. 5, 6. Not all hands you'd raise early with. You know what? A call here would be pretty bold.
And there is the call. Ace high good.
Oh, she is so tough to get to fold.
I took time. I took time this time.
It's true. You think he's mad?
Wow. Nice, nice. Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
Good goal. Very good.
Well, after that hand, Rani has more than 3 million.
Your aces versus queens hand, who was the guy who had aces?
Are you trying to jab me?
No.
You're trying to jab
I'm
me,
not.
Harry.
I didn't know.
Harry, are you trying to pick a fight? Yeah, he had the aces.
I see. The ace-5 makes a bit more sense.
Does it?
No, no, no. Don't try to assume any sort of logic to my play. Your head will explode.
Well, that hand against Lin Zhongwei on day 4 was a big moment for Rania. Almost took her out of the tournament.
I 5-bet all in. Yeah.
And I somehow thought queens were good against a 5-bet shove.
Yeah. She think I'm playing loose.
I was left with a short stack, but I take a moment and I remind myself that chips go, but they can also come back.
Here at the PokerStars European Poker Tour in Barcelona, we just witnessed Rani and Nasruddin make an impressive ace-high hero call against Lin Zhongwei.
Nice, nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
This could be some newfound zeal after what happened a few months ago.
In Monte Carlo, I almost called with third pair for my tournament life.
So I should call.
And I wanted to call so badly, but I folded.
I'm gonna fold.
Oh, wow.
Things have changed a little bit in Barcelona, and now I'm like, hey, third pair, let's go. Let's see what happens, or even sometimes ace high.
There has never, and I mean never, been a situation where someone should call with third pair. Ridiculous.
Right now, Steven Song is chip leader with over 6.3 million. Lin Zhongwei in 4th, just ahead of Harry Lodge in 5th. And action at the feature table is on Alexandre Fournier. He folds.
10 fold.
Panagiotis Mavrotsakis passes. Jack Sinclair is out. Rania not going to play this one.
Wow.
Harry Lodge, 5s in the cutoff.
Arresto.
Raises to 60,000. Lin Xiaowei has 9-8 of spades on the button.
Zhang Wei likes to play, and we like Zhang Wei he does it.
He calls on the button. Jose Barbosa in the small blind. Folds. And Coren-Mitchell gives up the big blind. So we're going heads up to the flop. Well, there's a 5. Well, it's top pair for Zhang Wei, a set for Harry Lodge.
Harry Lodge flops harder than Patrik Mahomes, a friend of mine who follows sports told me.
Lodge checks. And Zhang Wei will adopt the betting lead, 50,000.
He's gonna nibble. It's gonna take some real nerve to flat this with so many draws out there and what is probably a fairly wide button flatting range.
Lodge does just call. The turn card is the king of diamonds. Zhang Wei is now drawing dead.
But this king would hit him a lot.
Lodge checks a second time.
And when the king is supposed to hit you a lot, sometimes you're supposed to bet it.
Zhang Wei checks it back.
Maybe just wants to get to showdown now.
Queen on the river. We've got a pot of 295,000.
And when Zhang Wei checks back the turn, Harry is going to figure he has got something he can show down with. And not a lot of draws came in. In fact, none.
Looks like he's going for value. That is almost full pot.
Zhang Wei only beating pure bluffs. I don't know how many bluffs Harry's got on this board.
Well, he's putting out his time bank card, signaling he's going to need more than 30 seconds to think about this.
This is a decision.
He's called. Pays off the value bet.
Not a great run out for top pair on the flop.
Harry Lodge will add 460k to his stack.
Where's the rest of it?
I don't know where his hand was.
That was the max.
Harry Lodge now playing 3.4 million. He has $2 million in live earnings and an EPT final table appearance on his CV. And hashtag fun fact, he's sharing a room with Andrew Hume, who we saw eliminate Simon Vitsiak earlier.
Man, poker's so glamorous.
Out on the field, Bulgarian pro Ivan Zechev is all in with ace-jack against Yellow kings. Not looking good for Zechev. Really needs to spike an ace. Needs to hit his 3 outer on the river. Misses, and Zechev is out.
Zechev headed for Zador.
He'll finish in 31st place. That's worth 30,950 euros. Yellow up to 1.7 million, more than 55 big blinds.
Seema, you can come over here. You can come over here. Guys, my meanest best friend from college, she happens to be in town for a conference. So we go to get our eyebrows done, and I'm in the chair getting threaded, and so the lady looks at me and says, "Would you like me to do the lip also?" And I said, "No." And Seema looked at me, and then she looked at the lady, and she goes, "I'm not walking around with you on campus with a hairy upper lip. Take off that hair." And the lady did, and I was like, okay. And that is my lovely friend, Seema.
I must ask you how long you've been friends for.
Action continues. At the feature table, holder to Coren-Mitchell. He's out. Alexandre Fournier, ace-10. That is a raise.
60,000.
60k. Jack Sinclair, pocket fives in the cutoff.
Somebody just flopped a set with those. I wouldn't. fine.
He calls. Rania Nasruddin has Queen Jack of Diamonds on the button. She calls. Harry Lodge falls in the small blind.
Rania makes squeezing enticing, but fours might not be it.
He calls, and Lin Jianwei 8-7 off in the big blind.
Double suited connectors.
Okay, we are going 5-way to the flop. Which is Jack 10-4. Okay, bear with me. Harry Lodge has a set. He checks. Lin Jianwei has a gut shot. He checks. Alexandre Fournier has second pair. He checks.
Okay.
No improvement for Jack Sinclair, still a pair of fives.
Check.
He checks. And Rania Nasruddin has top pair, and it looks like she's betting. 125,000.
How happy are you with pocket fours? Someone finally bet.
And we are going to see a raise by the looks of things. Yep. Harry Lodge makes it 375k. This is going to get a few folds. We've already lost Jianwei. We've lost Fournier and Sinclair.
And this is a situation where Rania's stickiness may finally catch up to her. Snap calls, not even a thought of folding.
Okay, well, the turn card is the ace of diamonds, and that gives her outs. She has flush and straight draws now.
I would expect Harry to size up.
1,080,000 in the pot already.
Hey, Seema, you're about to see waxed upper lip meet stiff upper lip.
550.
And he goes half pot. And with a pair and some big draws, Rania Nasruddin is going to call.
Yeah, there really is no turning back at this point.
River card is the 9 of diamonds. She rivers the flush.
Runner, runner, run good, Rania.
Now, this is a straighty flushy ball. Will Harry slow down now?
I mean, she had to be drawn to something, right?
Yeah, he checks. The pot is nearly 2.2 million. And this is a bet of 750,000.
Now, Rania could be value betting a hand worse than a set of fours, and she could be bluffing. But this board is dangerous for just three of a kind.
So rare to flop a set, though. So hard to fold a set. But Harry Lodge gets away from it.
Stiff upper lip indeed.
Rania wins a pot of more than 2 million.
She is just unstoppable.
Oh.
Good hand.
Good hand, big hand.
Now playing close to 4 million. Think you can run good like Rania? How would you like to join us at one of our live events? Find out how by heading over to PokerStars. Here in Barcelona at the PokerStars European Poker Tour, just 28 players remain in the 5K main event. After winning a monster pot earlier, Steven Song is still chip leader.
I got aces. He had kings, and 80% held up for a 6 million pot. Yeah, that was great.
And Rania Nasruddin has continued to dominate our feature table.
I needed a couple of cards at very critical times, and I got them. And I could not have asked for more.
Back to the feature table where Jose Barbosa has been balanced off. Blinds are up, 20k, 40k with a 40k big blind ante. And Rania Nasruddin is first to act with ace king of strawberries. She raises to 80k.
Seems right on brand for her.
Round to Alexandre Fournier. He folds the button. Mavrotsakis in the small blind.
Ooh, we get his whole nose. What a treat.
He's out. Jack Sinclair in the big blind with King Jack. He is going to defend with this dominated hand.
In the words of our president, you better watch out, Jack. In this case, you'd have no idea Jack's name is Jack.
Well, that was easy. Rania Nasruddin flops Jack dead. She's got the nut flush.
Rania running hotter than Arizona pavement.
With the action check to her, she continues for 80,000. Now, Jack Sinclair does have the Jack of Hearts. He has a no-good flush draw.
Which means he's gonna call at least one time. Jack.
He does call. We go to the turn, which is the Queen of Diamonds. Sinclair checks.
And it would be slightly easier for him to fold to a bet now. But it's a bold check back.
And it's the 10 of hearts on the river. Sinclair gets there, in inverted commas.
Gets there just enough for Rania to squeeze a little more out of him.
380,000 in the pot. Action on Sinclair.
225.
That's 225,000.
Did not want to risk a check back from Rania. Unfortunately, this is going to cost him at least 225,000. Now, James, is it bold to raise a flush on a paired board?
I think it's perfectly reasonable in this situation. The question is how much? Not too greedy. 525,000 total.
I think it is incredibly hard to get called by a worse hand here with both the ace and the king in your hand. But if this were going to be a bad bluff attempt, this is the amount someone might make it. Does he think she might raise a queen?
He makes the call.
Fair enough.
Rania Nasruddin adds another 745,000 chips to her stack. She is now playing 4.4 million. That's 110 big blinds.
Sometimes she flops it, sometimes she rivers it.
At one of the outer tables, Fabiano Kowalski has bet enough to put Vladimir Urseg all in. And Urseg looks pretty pained.
And given the size of this pot and what he's got behind, he should have been expecting to be all in at some point.
While he calls, and Kowalski tables a straight. Urseg only had a king.
Terrible turn, just terrible.
He's eliminated in 27th place for 36,000 euros.
At least it's not a goose egg.
Kowalski hovering around the 4 million mark. 99 big blinds.
Solid.
And we're heading back to the feature table. Harry Lodge first to act. He folds. As does Lin Jianwei and Govert Metal. Fournier is out. Mavrotsakis on the button. Nope.
One fold.
So with the action folders to Jack Sinclair and the small blind, let's play this hand from his perspective, Joe. Let's play against Rania as we sweat with Jack.
All right, ace-2 suited. That's going to look pretty strong, blind on blind. We're calling here with the intention of being able to call a raise from Rania.
And here it comes.
150.
150,000 total.
Totally fine. We're a little under-repped here. There's all manner of hands that we could be ahead of. Or we've got good equity against.
Sinclair calls. To the flop. 5, deuce, king. Bottom pair for Jack. Action goes check, check. And Jack now has trips.
Now, are we supposed to take into account how hot Ranya's running? Because I am a little nervous. You know what? It doesn't matter anymore. We got trips. We're winning this 100% of the time. Let's start betting for value.
Yeah, she checked back the flop. So Sinclair will lead the turn for 200,000. Quick call from Rania.
All right, well, that to me says a draw or some serious showdown at value.
The river is a 10.
Diamonds missed. That's good. We can value bet this, and we should value bet this.
740,000 in the middle. Sinclair the effective stack with 1.2 million behind.
Not only did diamonds miss, but all the straight draws also missed. Some wheel potentials were out there.
575.
Well, that's almost half Jack's stack.
And we should be able to get called by a king. Possibly even a hand like queen she played this way. Jacks. Ace 10 of diamonds might even call.
Looks like she's calling.
1.2.
No, she's raising. Enough to put Jack Sinclair all in.
Yeah. This is Jack's face. This reeks.
I can't fold, I think. There's no way. Doesn't happen. Maybe same hand like me. Maybe worse for value. It's possible.
Yeah, like king 10 maybe?
I mean, nah, if you have kings, it's just bad luck, I guess. Kings, tens, king deuce, only things. 5, possible.
Actually, I think tens is a real possibility.
Jack calls all in. Rania tables 10, she riveted it.
I think I'm dead.
Like John Cleese's parrot.
Yeah, he is out. He is eliminated.
Rania is running so hot.
Yeah. Let's play with you, mate. Okay.
Get open feature.
Jack Sinclair, 26th place finisher, so we are one player away from being down to the final 3 tables. Sinclair cashing for 36,000 euros.
He got Rania'd.
As Rania Nasruddin closes in on 6 million chips. Well, we have an all-in and a call at the secondary feature table. Lauri Väyrynen is the at-risk player, dominated here by Jelle Myrna.
Myrna!
The flop, 8, deuce, 5. Väyrynen needs a 4.
He is drawing super thin.
Turn card is the 5 of hearts pairing the board. That does create some chopportunities. So Väyrynen would be saved by an 8, deuce, or 4 on the river. But it's an ace. And he is KO'd.
Myrna, she wrote.
Väyrynen out in 25th place. We are down to 24, but there is still a hand in progress at the feature table. Looks like Rania Nasruddin has found someone else to cooler.
Oh my God.
Action has been checked to Mavrotsakis. And he is going to bet with the worst 2 pair.
Mavrotsakis is the upper lip hair. Rania, the waxing strip.
140,000 called. We go to the river. It's the ace of diamonds. Rania checks. Just don't go all in, Mavrotakis.
One all in.
Call.
And he is KO'd.
Rania claims another soul.
Yep. She takes down another one.
Fortune has favored the bold.
Sorry, Grease.
No worries.
Probably some worries.
Table's empty.
What?
Table is empty.
Best of luck, guys.
Bye. Nice playing with you.
Good game.
Panagiotis Mavrotakis cashes for 36,000 euros. Rani and Azradine now playing more than 6.6 million. We are midway through day 5 and we are down to the last 3 tables. Just 23 players remain. Steven Song still dominates. The chip leader has more than 7 million. But after that run of hands, Rani and Ezradine is not that far behind. She's got 6.6 million. Former EPT Barcelona finalist Fabiano Kowalski is 4th in chips, while Dutch players Jelle Myrna and Govert Metal round out the top 10. Next time, Kowalski turns up the heat.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay, not yet.
And the 2 biggest stacks in the tournament collide.
Oh, you're dirty.
Yeah.
You're so dirty. Oh, man. You're going to pay the next time. 100% you're going to pay the next time.